What's going on, everyone? The Phoenix Suns drama this offseason just doesn't seem to end. You had Jay Crowder throwing a little shade at the Phoenix Suns. The Phoenix Suns are actively trying to trade Jay Crowder. They say it's to, one, get Cam Johnson a more prominent role. They got to pay him, and it makes sense to kind of thrust him into a bigger role with this Phoenix Suns team, as well as try to upgrade the roster and put them in a position to get closer to a NBA title. At least that's what they say. But there's been all kinds of drama with Jay Crowder, locker room issues, things like that, even dating back to last season. And it just seems like Jay Crowder's time with the Phoenix Suns is coming to an end. Jay Crowder responded and then shortly deleted a response to Duane Rankin, who says there will be plenty to watch in the Suns training camp, and then list several things to look for in this upcoming thing. And Jay Crowder responded with 99 won't be there. Again, kind of reiterating that Jay Crowder's time with the Phoenix Suns is likely coming to an end. Now, where Jay Crowder ends up, very likely it's the Miami Heat, whether he's bought out or, maybe trade. I don't really know how Miami's going to get there because Jay Crowder makes around like $10 to $11 million this upcoming season, and Miami doesn't have a bunch of mid-tier contracts. It's kind of all big contracts and little contracts, so maybe they could work something out, maybe throw in a Dario Saric, kind of get there somehow to kind of upgrade this team. If he does get bought out, I do think he ends up going to the Miami Heat. Maybe the Lakers would be another option, although, LeBron James and him have that bit of history, but the Lakers definitely need a Wayne-style player, and Jay Crowder fits that perfectly. But I think Miami would probably be the best fit. He was on that team that went to the bubble championship, and so he has the experience. He's a player that can go to Miami, knows what they expect, know what they are looking for, know what it takes for him to fit in. They lost PJ Tucker, so getting Jay Crowder would be a solid pickup for them. Finding a way to kind of upgrade that wing spot, that 4-3 spot. Jay Crowder would be that perfect fit. He's been open and says, he would welcome a return to Miami. So if Miami could work that out, I think that would be great for Miami. I think this would be a very solid pickup for Miami. Again, I just don't know how they get there, and I don't know how many teams are going to be willing to trade and take on Jay Crowder. Because, he's had locker room drama and issues dating back to the Cleveland Cavaliers. That's one of the rumored reasons why he was shipped out was that, him and LeBron didn't get along and he was just having issues in the locker room. I don't know how true that is, but this seems to be the other team that this is happening to with the Phoenix Suns. Phoenix Suns are just in total turmoil right now, for being honest. Got the whole Sovereign thing. It looks like he's going to end up selling the team. And then on top of that, you have Ayton, who Ayton doesn't really want to be there. He basically quit on the Suns team and refused to go in a Game 7. So it's just there's just so many things going on with the Phoenix Suns. And I think Jay Crowder is the last thing that they want to deal with. Now, a lot of people may look at it and go why would they waive, an $11 million player? Why wouldn't they try to trade him? Well, one, what is the trade market out there? You don't want to take on any bad salaries, any bad contracts, anything like that. Is a team really going to give up a first or something like that for Jay Crowder, especially knowing that now you need to get rid of him? How many teams are lining up to take him on, to take on his contract without trying to unload a salary or some sort of contract to the Suns? It's just a tough spot for Phoenix to be in. And if you're the Suns, Jay Crowder is the sort of odd man out, right? He's the easiest sort of headache or drama or whatever you want to call it that you can move, right? And if you have to, you cut him. As much as it would suck to eat that, you got to kind of unload it. It's better than keeping him, bringing him back, and then you have to deal with all that drama, all that headache. Maybe a team would take him, but do you really want to give up assets for that? You know what I mean? So it might come down to it to where they have no choice but to kind of waive him and just say, hey, we'll write it off. It sucks, but we got to do what we got to do. Let's waive this, be done with it, and then just move on. We'll pay Cam Johnson. He gets to come in and have a more prominent role, and we can kind of work it out from there. That, I think, is likely the worst case scenario, hopefully, for the Phoenix Suns, but I do think it's a real reality. And then Jay Crowder can go to any team that he wants. That be, the Miami Heat, I think, would be the number one option. I think Miami would welcome him back. I think he would fit in great with Miami. Again, he was part of that team. He understands what it takes to be in Miami. He didn't seem to have any issues with anyone in Miami. Like, they all seem to kind of get along great. And especially in that bubble where, you got closer than you ever did, right? That was a big thing. So I just think at this point, Phoenix needs to kind of cut the ties. You see Crowder being more and more vocal, more and more open about it. You hear all the murmurs going on. And these little petty things is the last thing the Phoenix Suns need. Season's right around the corner. You're about to start training camp. I've said, even before the whole Sovereign thing, I even said that I thought the Phoenix Suns were going to take a step back. I thought they were really going to regress. And I attributed that to just, 1, the whole Ayton situation. 2, I did say the Jay Crowder situation. 3, Chris Paul. He's only getting older. And 4, just that team underachieved last year. They were really good. And then you end up losing. I mean, just getting back of the barn beat down to the Dallas Mavericks. I just think that this team is going to take a step back. I just think there's too much going on. But if you can get rid of a smaller headache to try to put yourself in a better position, then I think you got to do it. Whether it's you can find a trade partner, which is the best scenario for the Phoenix Suns, or you just waive him, be done with it. You eat the $11 million. It sucks, but you got to do what you got to do, and then just let him go find somewhere else to go play, and you just kind of move on with the team you currently have. That's very likely a scenario. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I want to hear from you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. What do you think the Phoenix Suns should do with Jay Crowder? Think that they should trade him? You think, get whatever you can. If it is long-term salary, hopefully it's a guy that is actually valuable and can really help. I just think it depends on the piece. So if it's like Miami, do you really want to take on like a Duncan Robinson contract where you could trade, say Jay Crowder, and I'd have to look it up, but off the top of my head, let's say Dario Saric, and maybe like a little filler or something to take on Duncan Robinson. Duncan Robinson could be very solid for you if he's shooting, but he pretty much fell out of the Miami Heat's rotation, because if he's not lights out shooting, then he's kind of useless. And that was the problem Miami had. When he's not knocking down, 40% from 3, it's kind of hard to play him. So do the Phoenix Suns see that? And do they really want to take on that long-term contract, that long-term salary? That's why I just think it's really hard to see them be able to work this out. And then outside of that, because, you're not trading Butler, you're not trading Bam, you're not trading Lowry. All you got left are just a bunch of, $1 to, $3 million contracts. You'd have to piece 3 or 4 of them together to go trade for Jay Crowder. I just don't see that happening. I don't see them working out a deal other than maybe Duncan Robinson. So, outside of Miami, who else is there that'd be willing to trade for him? Even the Lakers that I mentioned earlier. They wouldn't be able to trade for him even if they wanted him, even if LeBron gave the okay, which is something else that would have to happen. LeBron would have to give the okay, right? Because their history and just their drama. But even then, even Kendrick Nunn and Wenyen Gabriel don't match up, even with the 125% rule. So the pool is very limited for what can be traded for Jay Crowder. And then, what else is out there? So at that point, do you waive him? Do you think that the Suns should just waive him and be done with it? If so, where do you think he ends up? You think, he signs with Miami, which I think that's where he goes. You think he signs with the Lakers? You think he signs with another team, maybe Milwaukee, something like that? The Sixers is another option, something along those lines. However you feel about it, whatever you think, I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. Quick little shameless plug, go subscribe to my second channel, link down in the description below. As it stands, Lakers, I am a diehard Laker fan. I love talking Lakers. I could talk Lakers all day, just like I could talk about all sports all day. And I'm sure many of you watching to this point enjoy my commentary, enjoy these discussions. So go check out the Lakers channel. Even if you're not a Laker fan and you just like hearing me talk about stuff in basketball, go over there and subscribe. I'll link down in the description below. I promise you won't be disappointed. That being said, hit that like button. Helps me out a lot. Lets me know you enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button, followed by the bell notification. Stay up to date with all things sports. Join this wonderful community and all of our discussions. I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you.